if you have not been paying attention and you have been living underneath a rock, you'll have heard that Donald Trump has decided to get out of the Paris Accords.
Fuck Donald Trump. I'm staying in.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Hashtag not with him.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
exactly.
one of the things that a lot of people, even his own daughter, was saying, hey, we should stay in this. We should stay in the Accords here. But Elon Musk, who, if you're unfamiliar with the name, or if you are, has started out with PayPal, and then he went on to build rockets and
SpaceX.
And Tesla, exactly.
And
and Tesla. And the fact is that
he's the real-life Iron Man.
Yeah, he pretty much is. He apparently was on some advisory council, and Elon Musk said to him, say, hey, if you pull out of the Paris Agreement, I'm going to tell you to go fuck off, and I'm not going to work for you. Well, not quite in so many words, but pretty close to that. His exact words. Someone asked him, what will you do if he makes a decision to leave? And he says, we'll have no choice but to depart councils in that case. So he is planning on leaving or if he hasn't already, leaving this council. He sits on Trump's Economic and Manufacturing Advisory Council. I don't know how many people that makes up. And he said defended his choice to remain on the council when challenged for his participation following Trump's immigration bans, which broadly opposed by Silicon Valley technology companies, including Tesla. At the time, Musk reasoned that the disagreement should not be the reason to distance himself from a position where he could potentially influence the president's thinking.
That's good thinking.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And one of the things is, this just came across my desk just before the show started. One of the reasons why Donald Trump, now it's kind of speculation at this point, because this is apparently, according to some White House aides, that Trump decided to break the Paris deal after French presidents decided to embarrass him with a fucking handshake. If you can fucking believe that. I know Trump is a fucking small-minded individual and he's very ego-driven, but holy shit, are you really fucking serious, dude? Are you really this petty that because another president decided to do the same thing to you that you've been doing to everybody else? If you haven't seen any of his fucking handshakes, he gives you a handshake and he grabs it and he twists and pulls it in like he's gonna fucking goddamn saw you in half.
It's Stallone and over the top. It's arm wrestling. It's not a handshake.
Exactly. Did that with Gorsuch. He yanked him in and it turned his like, hey, come here. I'm gonna fucking like eat your face off when you get any closer.
I would have loved if he'd done some Krav Maga on the guy or something. Like,
yeah.
Wait, that's the stuff that kills you. Never mind. Let me think about this a minute. Yeah, I wouldn't prosecute.
Yeah. I looked at a list that this has been going around. Out of all the countries that are not part of the Paris Accord, there's only 3.
It's Nicaragua and
I forget the other one, but I think it was over in somewhere in Saudi Arabia. Or, I mean, in the Middle East somewhere.
Yeah. It's like you couldn't get much more backwards.
Yeah, exactly. And these
corrupt.
Exactly. Even apparently, well, if you've ever heard of Lewis Black, he did this one bit. He's like, just sign it. People who couldn't even speak English signed the agreement. It's just like signy, warmy, sweaty. Brr, just signy, just sign it. and they got them to sign it. So most countries in the planet have signed this accord except for a few countries, and now America is out of it. And it's not like we can go, oh well, I didn't mean that. Let's just renegotiate. There's no renegotiation over this. Not even a single one. Connie, your thoughts?
Yeah, President Macron, you grappled with the Gorgon to go to Disney Hercules. Anyway, this Paris Agreement and what his reasons are, he's constantly bouncing around trying to find the best deal. He wants to undo. He has such a grudge against Obama that he wants to undo everything because of a slight at a meeting or whatever they have. And Obama was making jokes about Trump, and but because Trump is a petty, tiny man, or is it a nihilistic kind of idea that people are actually we only operate by our basal instincts, and he's just willing to just say, well, screw the planet. Trump is also famously known for saying that, well, he thinks that you only have so many hours that you're going to live. It doesn't matter whether you're healthy or unhealthy, blah, blah, blah. You're all going to die at some point. So, again, he's trying to operate an entire country / world on this screwed up, tinfoil hat mentality.
Republicans have been pushing the mantra of the whole climate change is bad for business. That if climate change is real, then that's bad for business, and we can't let it be real because the economy is based on oil, and if we let climate change be a factor in it, that'll screw us all up.
Yeah.
And every innovative company has been telling us, like, no, climate change is real. We have to do something about it. We have to change the way we do things. And every evidence is the economy improves when they adapt to cleaner air and cleaner water. Arnold did a whole spiel.
Thank you.
For
Yes.
Explaining California, and California still talk about succeeding from the country, become their own country. But he did a whole speech on how well California did when they finally embraced environmental concerns as opposed to trying to fight it all the time. But Republicans are they're so convinced that there's so much money in oil, or at least they think there is. So they're getting with this whole shale tar oil. They think they're going to start exporting it now.
Their investments are in oil, is what I think it might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't know if Trump has investments in oil because he's already won the presidency, but he still won't show all of his taxes. So we don't know. Maybe he does. Maybe this is the reason why, of course, but who knows?
Something.
Yeah. I would definitely say he's hiding something. Atheist Ranger, what are your thoughts?
I think this is just another example of, in my personal opinion, why Republicans are hopefully going to lose 2018, and I think Bernie Sanders was exactly like Trump is clearly going to be a one-term president.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, quite honestly, I honestly do believe there was a few. I don't know if you guys remember this. There was a story a few months ago about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is seriously considering running for president, and you know what? I think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson would actually beat him.
He might. He might.
I can't imagine that Trump would make it through a single term.
I don't think he's going to make it through.
I'm shocked that he'll make it through a year.
Yeah,
I didn't think he'd make it to president.
Yeah, he'll make it through a year, but I don't think he'll make it any more than that.
Yeah, I mean, well, here's my reasoning though. If we let it go to, and what's not even Trump, if we let a Republican president go through a full term, I mean, it's more proof that would, to me at least, more proof for the American people that the Republican Party, and especially the corporate Republicans and corporate Democrats, don't give a shit about this country.
Yeah,
because that's who's in charge right now. It's not just Republicans. It's just the corporates that are in charge.
Oh yeah, Matt, your thoughts?
Well, I would have to agree with Ranger on that because it's all about climate change and the EPA. I mean, look, he's defunking the EPA. I mean, this guy doesn't give a rat's ass about the environment, no matter what.
Well, isn't that one of the things that he wants to get rid of?
Yeah.
Yeah, the EPA. He wants the
environment.
Yeah.
He wants to disband the EPA, which, then all these factories that will just be producing more garbage and more pollution and whatever else can be thrown our way.
Yeah.
So
no more drinking water like in Flint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think our drinking water's bad now? Just wait.
Yeah. I don't even want to think about that. I really don't want to think about that.
Well, is using the word nihilist correct? It's almost like Trump is just this nihilist. He's like, whatever,
It's not. It's not that he's a nihilist. He's just so self-absorbed. He just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Okay.